Hello everybody and welcome back to another video of Heroes of the Storm. Today we're going to be playing some Jaina because it was asked in a comment that just was released today on a video of our very first Ranked Duo to Grandmaster series asking what talents did I play in that game. And I realized after going back and watching it that I edited out the talent part, or we just didn't record the talent part of that game. So I figured I will go ahead and make a whole video about the build that I went in that game. So we'll jump into it and I'll explain it in game. Alright, and we find ourselves on the Hanamura Temple today. Now this build is an E focus build, a Cone of Cold focus build. The build is primarily focused against melee heroes, so you want to be picking this if the enemy team has a dive comp. She's good against dive comps with melee assassins. She likes hefty bruisers and hefty tanks. She loves comps like that because she gets a lot of cooldown reduction. She wants ideally 2 melee enemies in the enemy team comp to get a good amount of value out of this build. So the enemy team we're going up against, I would actually, against this team, probably go for a Q build in a normal game, but we're not looking for a normal game. We're looking for a video. So we're going to go for Lingering Chill level 1. This will just increase the duration of our trait, which is called Frostbite, from 4 seconds to 6. Now that 2-second difference doesn't seem like a lot, but it is. It ends up being a whole lot because it keeps your trait on the enemies long enough that you can get so much cooldown reduction at later talents. So in a matchup like this, though, we're really looking to just not take any damage. But there's no healer and no tank, so the damage we take is going to be permanent, and there's no way to stop us from getting bursted from the enemies. So we're going to just make sure we're putting down our spells and timing them out as good as possible. Go ahead and tap here quickly as that enemy team got fairly low. They have a lot of stacking heroes. Nice kill there by Nazebo, though. So we're able to trade 1-for-1 Nazebo back from the grave with the kill, actually. Making sure we're picking up these regen globes for the friendly team here. And like I said before, trying to take as little poke as possible. We'll come in here, though. We might be able to get something done on the enemy team. If nothing else, we force them off the globe. And that's good enough for me. So yeah, early game, we're just trying to get a little bit of poke damage out. We're really not concerned about anything. The main thing is we don't want to fall behind. This build gets a huge power spike at level 7. So we don't want to be down levels before level 7. Jaina's a fantastic ganker as well. She is one of the better ganking mages in the game, in my opinion, just due to the fact that she has such good slowing capabilities. It does look as though Sylvanas has been rotating around the map, trying to get a bunch of things for her team. Nice pickup, though, by our who was that? Greymane? No, that was the whole team, really. But Nova was the one that got the kill on the Sylvanas. Our Nova also has a cute skin. I like it. That skin used to be impossible for players to get. But I think they added it back in recently. Go in and take camps. You can see Jaina's AoE damage is really one of the best in the game. I'm hoping I don't get bursted here. The second my W comes back online, though, we're going to go ahead and just try to hurt the enemy team a little bit. A little bit afraid because the Sylvanas and Thrall did rotate there, but looks to be everything's all right. And with the timing of this objective, I'll probably just press B here. It looks like Nova can stay to soak, or Nazebo will get the soak either way. We picked up, at level 4, Arcane Intelligence. This gives us a whole bunch of mana return as well as spell power while we're above a certain amount of mana. So this ability is now it unlocks the ability for us to spam spells. We can spam spells out as much as we'd like now and have no real problem about it because of how much mana return we get from attacking or dealing damage to chilled targets. With the help of this camp, we're able to get some nice siege going on, and we might even be able to rotate in here and look for any pickup on this enemy team. Nicely done. I'll drop my turret as well. That'll start to deal a bunch of damage to the Thrall, and he's able to get taken down as well. We'll send out a lone Frostbolt, and able to pick up a kill on the Very unfortunate Genji, but I did get taken down as well due to the nice movement abilities of the mobile enemy team. That's one thing that Jaina does have some concern about, is she is one of the most immobile mages in the game. She has nothing to really, not that there are mobile mages, but if she gets jumped on top of, she has a I'm either going to fight you and win mentality, or I'm going to die. There's nothing really in between. Level 7, we picked up Ice Foes, though. This, as I mentioned before, is a huge power spike for Jaina. You can see how much wider our E is. It's a big, fat, wide skill shot now. That gives us a buttload of cooldown reduction if we hit it on enemies. Specifically, chilled enemies are the ones that we're looking to hit it on. You can see my cooldown's back up in only 1 second, just because I landed my Cone of Cold on enemies who were already chilled. So that's really what we're looking for here, is to land our spells on enemies who have our trait applied to them, which combos really nicely with my other 2 talents already. So we're going to be getting a whole bunch of cooldown reduction by doing that. Kind of want to soak this lane up here in the top lane. But I don't want to abandon my team. Nice damage by both teams right now. It looks like Murky's just going to pick up that wave, though. We are all pretty low, so I think just chilling out for a minute will be the correct play for us. Oh, I really hope this enemy team takes it. They use both their movement abilities, so we should be able to fight them just fine here for a moment, as I whiff every single one of my spells and take like 60% of my health in damage. So, as you can see, we're really struggling to get close to this enemy team. It's good enough, I can tap. Really struggling to get close to this enemy team. That's because that's what I'm saying with how I should have gone Q build. It would be better into this matchup. But in a typical game of Heroes of the Storm, it would not be the better matchup in my personal opinion. Oh, Genji going all the way into our team. We're going to just try to deal damage to the Sylvanas, as I figured Genji would be dead regardless. I'll even send out 1W to help get some wave clear going. And I got to press B because I am getting quite low on HP. We are rapidly approaching level 10, and now both teams have it. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at the enemy team's alts. Sundering, Wailing Arrow, those are some scary abilities. We have Octograb by our Murky. I think Ring of Frost is what I'm going to want to pick up, just because I like it better. I think it has much more game-changing potential than the other builds, or the other alt. But once again, the other alt's better in this situation. I'm going to go Ring of Frost, though, because that's what I went in the ranked Duo to Grandmaster game that was played oh so long ago. Thankfully, the enemy team whiffing some spells there. And I'm able to hit a little bit of cooldown reduction there on the enemy team. We're looking to hit maybe one more. There's a decent-sized Ring of Loss. Maybe another. And you can see the power of that build really coming online there. Hopefully, Murky's able to pick up the kill on the Genji. Very nice. So we're able to go 4 for 4 in that team fight. But Murky was one of the ones that died. All this is happening while our camp is pushing. So these are plays that we take. Now, as you can see, and as I mentioned before, Jaina has this kind of, if I get caught, I got to go all in, or we're going to lose mentality. Well, that really starts to help after 2 things happen. One, once you get ice blocked, improved ice block, you then get a little bit more survivability that gives you the edge in some fights. And then additionally, level 13, which is rapidly approaching, we're going to get ice barrier. This is what really gives us the winning edge against the enemy team in 1v1 scenarios, because we're able to get ourselves a shield by dealing damage to enemies who are already hit by our chill. So there we go. We got level 13, and I'm totally cool to fight, especially with my ult coming off cooldown here. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and send it out. Only hitting the poor fall stat. I'm going to go ahead and drop my turret just so I don't die with it. And then maybe even chase down this enemy team a little bit as I landed an ability on the Thrall. Oh, she's so lucky. She gets away with 20 HP. All right, that's fine. we lost Greymane, but they lost Falstad. The game's been pretty even so far. Yeah, 12-12 on the kills. We do have this camp coming up in just 20 seconds, so hopefully if the team groups up, we can get it. We almost have our improved ice block up, which would be really good. If you don't know how to get that, you simply deal damage with your trait applied to enemies. Once you deal 12,000 damage like that, you'll get it. Don't have Ring of Frost up, not for another 20 seconds. So we do have to be a little bit cautious in this fight. I would love, though, to try to get my ice block stacked up and ready, just so I can kind of dodge some of these ults by the enemy team. Oh, you can see the burst of Jaina coming in clutch once again. We're going to try to get in on the Sylvanas as a little bit there. Nice ability, though, by the Genji. Is going to keep him alive a little bit longer, and this enemy team did come out on top overall in that team fight. Send out a quick ability to stop the base of the Genji, which I'm sure he's going to base now, but oh, he did get away. We are down 2 heroes, but with Genji basing, I might be able to just sneak this camp quickly here. You can see that little shield that we have is very, very nice already. Now, I mentioned Jaina having some of the best wave clear in the game. That's when she has her W ability up. And her W ability is on a 15-second cooldown, so it is quite a long cooldown overall. I do have my ult up as well as my ice block, so I feel pretty confident about myself surviving. Oh boy. Gonna send out my ult quickly there and dodge a lot of abilities by these enemies there with a nice improved ice block. I don't think we got any more kills due to my ult, but you can see that extra edge we get from improved ice block is able to keep us alive in these fights a little bit longer. Gonna have to base because we have no healer though, but we'll be able to re-engage here. Hopefully our Greymane doesn't die solo like that, but he unfortunately did perish. Now I don't have any survivability cooldowns online. I don't have my Ring of Frost up, nor do I have my improved ice block, so I'm gonna wait to engage on this enemy team until I have those abilities ready to use. But until then, I can clear the lane and wait for my friendly team to revive. Now, I'm going to pick up Numbing Blast. All this ability does is enemies that are hit with my Frostbite applied to them, they now get rooted for 1 second. This in combination with your other talents, rest in peace. This in combination with your other talents give you such a good run. I don't like that fight. Such good control in these fights. So you used to just have slows. We now have slows, and on top of the slows, we have a root as well. Gotta be a little bit cautious about this rotation here. Help out my Greymane, and then I really need to be regrouping with the friendly team at the objective here. A nice ult by Nazeebo is at least able to scare them off a little bit. And we're gonna do our best to help him out now. We don't have... Oof. We don't have Murky's ult up, not for another moment or two, and unfortunately for Greymane, he does get taken down once again. We're going to go ahead and press R, press T, use all of our abilities here, and we only get 1 kill on the Falstad, but the enemy team is so low, I'm hoping Nova can get a free double kill here. She does unfortunately miss her snipe, but a nice octo grab by Murky will get us another kill. Unfortunately, though, the Valla has respawned, and this is why I hate 5v5 assassin clusters. Everybody has to base when they're low, or they just continuously get picked. But friendly team coming up on top in that fight, and this camp is once again getting value. I will say friendly team has done a fantastic job of having much better camp timings than the enemy team. We should hopefully be up in time for this next objective. And at level 20, I didn't see what I went in the video. And level 20 is where I fluctuate with this build. So we have Lingering Chill, we have Arcane Intellect, Ice Foes, Ring of Frost, Ice Barrier, Numbing Blast, and at 20, you can pick anything. They're all good. I will probably end up going Ice Blink, because it's the shortest teleport in the game, as a level 20 teleport at least. But I think it might be just enough to give me a little bit of survivability to help keep me alive here. We're going to come out and help out my friendly Nazeebo by picking up a kill and then stealing the turret from that. Oh boy, what's this guy doing? Able to steal the turret, though, from the enemy team. Send out a Ring of Loss. and we're able to hit 2 enemies with it, but I need my cooldowns to come up. It's barely coming up there and rooting the Thrall, but while that was happening, the Vala was free to pummel the friendly team, and we did unfortunately lose in that fight overall. Thankfully though, Greymane and Murky are still alive, and they have fantastic defense against this Samurai, so they're going to be able to kill that rather quickly here, and we lose little in these fights. Yeah, the enemy team, as I mentioned at the start, they have quite a few stacking heroes. Once these heroes get fully stacked, already Vala with 33 stacks on puncturing arrow. I think if she hits me, Nova, Nazebo with 2 of her Qs, we are essentially forced out of the fight and going to lose. Greymane playing with fire here. He might get picked off, barely getting the camp, but I don't think he'll survive with a nice rotation there by Genji hunting down the Greymane. Now, I mentioned I think I'm going to want to go for Ice Blink here, so we're going to pick that up and use this to our advantage in every opportunity that we get. Nice trait here by Sylvanas is probably going to ensure that they get the building captured. I wouldn't mind fighting them a little bit. We have the friendly team coming in. Pumping down my ult and keeping the Thrall in my domain, as well as dodging some abilities, is going to help the friendly team in this fight here. We're going to try to chase down the Vala, but she has her level 20, which gives her 6 vaults to jump around the map with. Oh no, I missed! I'm a potato head. Oh no. Wow, that might be the worst Jaina gameplay you'll ever see. I missed 2 abilities on that the Genji, and he's able to get nearly a team kill on us. Thankfully though, despite me not playing the best, our Murky has been. He has been pushing out the enemy team's lanes. You can see getting a kill on the Vala. Holy cow. And just continuing to do his Murky things by pushing down this lane. It looks like he's a slime build. He doesn't have slime build complete, and he's still making fools out of this enemy team. Nice job, Magic Turtle. While this is all happening, he's forcing the enemy team to rotate onto him, which gives Greymane time to push the objective forward and buy the rest of the friendly team time to respawn. I did use Ice Blink aggressively there to try to pick up a kill, and then I kind of whiffed my ult. But nice pickup by Greymane again. Enemy team respawning as well, though, and I'm unsure if he'll be able to get out in time. Without him mounting up here, he might not be able to. If team supports him, he might be able to live, but that's an ult used by the enemy team. Murky come in here trying to slow down or stop the Genji, but he'll get the turret. He might, just place it down and get out. Once again, missing my combo on that Genji, so he's able to pick up the kill on us, and this enemy team kind of starting to hurt us a lot. We are able, though, to pick up the kill on the Sylvanas, and with how slow they're pushing that objective, we might possibly be able to defend it again with it being a 3 versus 3. Vala definitely has to be the one to die, though, in my personal opinion. Hopefully they're not being greedy. Okay. Enemy team might have been on that camp, and they were kind of scaring me. Does he have Way of the Shimada? Yeah, Way of the Shimada is a very painful ability that the Genji player will have. I'm going to go ahead and root this enemy team, though, in my... oh, boy. Okay, root them in my W with a nice timed E. That picks us 1 kill on the Genji and gives us the slight advantage here. I just got to make sure that I don't get chased down by any enemies. I doubt that they'll come this far, though, so we're going to go ahead and press B and recuperate with the friendly team as Murky defends that. Friendly team will get this. Hopefully we'll be able to push down the objective and get another fort taken in our name. We got to do it, though, before Genji spawns. We're going to go ahead and ping that and say, hey, team, let's force a fight. We don't have ult, and we nearly don't have improved ice block. But if I can get just a little bit closer, nice pickup by the friendly team there. That is huge. Well done by them. Yeah, a Vala with level 20 infinite vaults is a difficult thing to deal with for any team. A little disappointed that my blink didn't hit the... all side there. I was really hoping it would, so I could get him rooted and then land a full combo on him. We'll go ahead and whiff our W on this minion wave again and just try to take as much from the enemy team as we can right now. Genji is alive, and he scares me just because he has done a whole lot of damage to the friendly team this game. But hopefully nicely done by Greymane. Greymane doesn't even care. He just sits there and hits him with not a care in the world. I don't think that there's much left for me in this lane to do, so I'm just going to go ahead and base. I know it's kind of boring just playing base simulator, but in matchups like this is kind of what you have to do. We'll go ahead, regroup with the team, and we almost have to win off of an objective as our only... Well, I guess we do have quite a good sieging team between Murky, Greymane, and Nazebo. Thrall using his ult against the Murky there, kind of a waste in my opinion. I would love to search for that kill on him. Not quite sure if I'll be able to, just with how tanky my guy is. Once again, kind of getting screwed over by the... Oh, wow, nice job by... I'll go ahead and peel for this ally. Kind of getting screwed over by the range of my Ice Blink. That's okay, though. We at least got the kill together as a team. I'm going to sit over this wall where I can send out my abilities still. But that's two very dead allies, and I don't know how much I want to feed. Yeah, I don't think I want to feed that bad. So we'll just back out. Would have been nice to make a cool play, but I also am sick of staring at the respawn timer, so we'll just chillax for a moment. Nice job here by the friendly team. But an even better ult by the Sylvanas. Gonna go ahead and press R ourselves to try to keep ourselves alive. Doesn't look like it'll quite matter though, as Falstad ease in, killing himself in the process though. So the friendly team is now chasing down these enemies. Another nice ult by both the teammates, but is able to be dodged by the Sylvanas. Regardless, though, we haven't lost much. There's been a whole lot of death this game. You can see 33 kills on our team, 36 on the enemy team. But we haven't lost a whole lot. We've lost a single fort and a wall. Other than that, we're looking very healthy with all of our buildings. The enemy team only has one very wibbly-wobbly fort left alive. So if we continue at the rate we're going, we should come out on top here. But the enemy team has a significantly better pushing team than us. If they get a team wipe late game, as in any point now, a full team wipe, and they don't lose anybody, between Sylvanas, Thrall, and Vala, they'll be able to just push down a building, and just like that, our whole team gets demolished. Not without taking two with them, though, and not without Murky pushing down a whole building nearly to get us, yet again, another siege advantage. I've got a good feeling about this. Does look like it is probably Vala and Genji on this objective. As we can see, Falstad's there. Murky might just try to end the video game. And if we see one of these enemies disappear from this timer, that means that they're basing. I do want to get on this objective, though, so... Gonna go ahead and try to dodge a little bit. Weren't quite able to. I was really hoping I could dodge one of his spells with my ice block, but it didn't quite work out that way. You can see Hungering Arrow. I think I got hit by only one there. Yeah, dealing 700 damage. And then the second tick dealing 600 damage. That is an absurd amount. Murky, though, taking the enemy team's core down to 13%, 9%. So we get an objective, or Murky gets another crazy push, and we win. I think Greymane was saying... yeah. Greymane started to like flame Murky a little bit. It looked like, and then he was like, but no, you're the MVP, because Murky's been wrecking this enemy team. He definitely is the MVP in my eyes, this Murky. He might be able to finish it. Go, Murky, go! Oh my goodness, look at him go! He's gonna backdoor the core. GG. What a play by Murky. Able to finish it off with a nice, sneaky little play. So, you can see, in an unfavorable matchup to us, we still were able to pump out the highest amount of damage, have the most kills on our team, as well as the second least amount of deaths. The only one lower than us was Murky, who was lower than half of a death. I'll go ahead and review the build here so you can play along at home and try to explain what my abilities are doing a little bit better than I did in the game. But basically, this build is meant to be getting you a bunch of cooldown reduction in the fights. I didn't get a whole lot of it off just because, as I mentioned at the start, there wasn't melee heroes to be hidden on. But at level 1, we pick up Lingering Chill. This simply gives us a bigger window for success, or a bigger window for failure, really. Or a smaller window for failure, because the longer an enemy is hit with your chill, the longer time you have to jump in and hit an easy E. So, Lingering Chill at level 1, we then go for Arcane Intellect at level 4. This just gives us more mana return. The spell power is nice, but you're getting this ability for the mana return. Ice Foes at 7. This is the talent I feel like I didn't explain very well and I want to. So, it increases the width of Cone of Cold by 100%. And because each hero hit to reduce its cooldown by 2 seconds, this cooldown reduction is doubled against chilled heroes up to a maximum of 8 seconds per use. So you can get this ability down to a 2-second cooldown. And with how wide of an ability is, how much damage it deals, it is so strong, especially when you combo it with your level 13 and 16 talents. Level 10, we went Ring of Frost. In this game, as I mentioned, I probably would have switched my whole build around and gone for a Q build with Water Elemental and done better because it gives you a little bit more range and survivability. But Ring of Frost works out just as well, and I personally love this ability more. It's more interactive, in my opinion, and more game-changing. We then have Ice Barrier at 13, once again giving us that slight edge against these enemies in the 1v1s. Then we go for Numbing Blast. So this is a 1-second root if you hit an enemy who's already chilled. You have more time to hit an enemy who's chilled because of your level 1 talent. And this root is on a 2-second cooldown if you hit 2 chilled enemies. Enemies get chilled quickly whenever you hit them with an Ice Blink at 20. So that was the build we went. I think that was the same build we went in the video as well, except the video I changed out my level 20. It was probably the upgraded Ring of Frost talent that I went, but I can't quite remember. Anyways, thank you for commenting and asking for a hero request. It helps me have motivation to do what heroes. Sometimes I sit there at the roster and I'm just like, that's a lot of heroes to look at. I don't know who to play. So it's nice whenever somebody requests it. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, please like, comment, and subscribe, as I read every comment, and I really appreciate every like and building my community here with subscribers. So thank you so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.